Good morning, happy Monday. It's a new week and I am feeling great. I got a lot of rest this weekend. We had some family in town, got to spend some time with them and just relax, and ready to start this week. I am having to work today. Tomorrow in the United States is July 4th. A lot of people taking today off, but we have a short day today, so I'm gonna get this work day over with and get to celebrating again tomorrow. But today I wanted to talk about fear, because that is something that I have dealt with for a very long time, and it's just one of the struggles that I have. And with this, so guys, we are only, let me think about this, 13 days, I think it's 13 days, no, I think 12 days away from our live podcast event. It's the first one I've done, and y'all, I am getting so scared. There is a lot of logistics to work out. I'm doing a short devotional during it, just short, guys. It's not gonna be like a sermon. I guess kind of like this, and I'm getting nervous about that, even though I do this like every single morning. And then we actually have to record the podcast live, which is nerve-wracking because I've never done it in person with a person. I've always done it over Skype, and so that's just going to be a whole new experience in general. But then having, you know, like 40 people watch me do that experience for the first time, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. So y'all, I am so excited to see everybody, but also I'm getting a little bit scared because as it gets closer, like, I don't have all the details worked out, and so I'm starting to get a little anxious about that, and I'm starting to get anxious about like speaking and doing all this anyway. And so I can really get myself worked up in a tizzy about all of this. And so this morning, like first thing, as I was sitting down to do my devotional, and there was a couple of things, I started kind of working my way through sort of my fear fighting, I guess you can say, of how I kind of deal with my fear. And the very first thing is I start to look in the past. So that's like, I'm gonna give you 3 P's today. It's like a mini sermon. I'm gonna give you 3 P's today. The Lord just gave me those, and I'm going with it because I love alliteration. So the first thing is the past. I start to think about the times in my life that I've done something similar and God has been faithful to me. And so I start to think about you know, us adopting. I started thinking about the fact when I started my podcast, about how I had zero idea what I was doing, and then every step of the way He provided what to do. And the past, you know, almost 100 episodes that I've done, every single time I still get nervous, and He has provided every single time. You know, the times I've had to do speaking engagements before, and He has totally provided the words to say. Was it perfect? No, but I got it done, and saw some fruit from that. So He has provided in the past. And so not only my past, I began walking through the past from the Bible. So I start thinking about people like Nehemiah, where he says, you know, even if not, he goes to talk to the king, or Pharaoh, I think it is, I think the king, and he says, you know, I want to go build this wall, will you let me go do it? And he it says, the verse says, I was very much afraid, but and he begins to say what he did. And I always repeat that to myself, that I was very much afraid, but So it's not that we aren't going to have fear, it's that we're going to have fear, but we did it anyway. And so I think about people like Nehemiah that did that. I think about people like Esther, who had to go talk to the king, and how she had to, you know, gather her courage to go do that when she was even facing death. And then I think about, you know, Abraham, who had to, you know, walk that mountain with his son, and he was going to sacrifice him. And so the thing about looking at the past, to look at the past, and then what looking at the past does is give you perspective. And so when I think about, you know, sacrificing my child, or going to talk to a king, like this party and speaking for 10 minutes gives me a new perspective. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I'm going to be around a lot of friends. It's going to be a celebration. It's going to be fun. And so I have to have that perspective. It's like, okay, Amy, just like walk back from the ledge. It's not that big of a deal. Get some perspective here and you're going to be fine. And so I look back in the past, know that God has been faithful. I look back in the past, and that gives me perspective. And then the other thing it does, looking at the people from the stories from the Bible, and I began to meditate on those, is that it reminds me that I need to pray. And I think about, you know, Esther, and how she had not only herself fasting and praying, but she had all of the Jews in the area fasting and praying for her. And so it just reminds me that yes, God is going to be faithful, but yes, I need to pray about it. And I just think about the times, you know, all the things that Jesus did for the will of his Father, and how many times he got away to pray, even in the Garden of Gethsemane. And just when he's doing these big things, he does take serious time to pray and fast and to seek the Father. And so that's the third thing it reminds me, is to pray. And so I spent some more time doing that. I'm going to continue to do that. If you guys who are watching, if you could pray for our event, that all the logistics would work out, that everybody would, I'm just praying for so much joy and so much fun, and but that also that he would give me specific words to say. And so that's the three things that when I am facing fear, that I look at is his past in my life, and then in the past of people that we read about in the Bible. That gives me perspective for what I'm going through, and then it reminds me to pray. And then, so, you know, I get kind of done with that, and, you know, meditating and all that, and I'm praying, and then I just remember, okay, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. And so I just want to encourage you, in case you are doing something that's a little bit scary, that you might have those things to help you through it. And so I see Stephanie and Kelly have joined. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. And I think that's it. We have the celebration again tomorrow. And listen, if you guys are, any of you guys listening that are local, we have 2 more tickets left. So Wednesday is the drop dead date. I've got to put in the order for t-shirts for the swag bags, and so I can't, you could come, but you wouldn't have a t-shirt. You might not have a swag bag, and then what fun is that? So Wednesday is the last day. We have 2 tickets left. We're going to have a full house, which is going to be so fun. And so anyway, I think that's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm going to sign off. And we will talk to you. I am going to do one tomorrow for July 4th. So I'm not taking the day off. We're going to do it. All right. So see you tomorrow. Bye.